Good morning, children. In this video, we are going to see about a very important topic, that is frustum of a cone. Usually, a 4-mark question comes from this particular topic. So, I wish you to see this video very carefully. We are going to do the exercise 13.4. Totally 5 sums are there. Especially out of the 5 sums, 4th sum and 5th sum are really very important. They may be asked in the exam also. Okay, so we are going to do 4 sums now. Okay, in this class we will do the first sum, second sum, 4th sum and 5th sum. Only 3rd sum will be our homework. Okay, so I hope you are ready. So before going to the topic, you must know what is frustum. Okay, frustum, believe me, frustum won't frustrate you. It's a very easy topic. Okay, so first, frustum of a cone. So consider a cone first. Consider a cone. So this is a cone. Yeah, this is a cone. So how will you make a frustum? You have to cut this cone. You have to cut this cone such that the cut should be parallel to the base, which means you should cut horizontally like this. Okay, the cut should be parallel to the base. For example, if you cut, okay, so 3-dimensionally the cut will be like this. It will cut the back also. Okay, so if you cut the cone, what will happen? In the top side, in the top, you will get a small cone. Okay, so after the cut, you will get a small cone on the top, and in the bottom, it will be like this. You will get a structure like this in the bottom. Understood or not? Is it clear? Are you all following me? So if you cut a cone, you will get a small cone at the top and another one structure at the bottom. This structure is almost like a bucket kept inverted. Yes or no? So usually buckets will be like this. Yes or no? So buckets will be like this. This is like a bucket kept inverted. Now this structure is called as frustum of a cone. Understood or not? So this structure is called as the frustum. This is a small cone. Okay, this is a big cone, this is a small cone, and this is a frustum of the cone. Now you understood what is frustum? So see the frustum. Frustum is like the bucket kept inverted, ulta. Okay. So when you see the structure of the frustum, it is somewhat different from the cone, because in cone there is only one circle. Okay, there is only one base circle. But here how many circles, how many base? 2 base circles. Just like a cylinder, frustum has 2 base circles. But in cylinder, both the circles have same radius. But in frustum, see, this radius is small and this radius is big. So one radius is small, another radius is big. So the big radius you take it as R1. The bigger radius is taken as R1. And the smaller radius is taken as R2. Okay, and this is the perpendicular height H, and this is the slant height. Yeah. Understood or not? Okay. So this is the structure of a frustum. It has 2 radius, one small radius and big radius. Big radius is taken as R1, small radius is R2, and the perpendicular height is H, and the slant height is here. Understood? Okay. So just like the other shapes, frustum formulas also can be derived. Formula in the sense volume, then curved surface area, then total surface area. But if you try to derive that, the derivation is very big. Okay. So I wish you don't need to derive it. You study the formula directly. But for studying the formula, I will tell you some consideration. While studying the formula of the frustum, please compare with the formula of the cone. Okay, because the frustum is derived from the cone only. You see, for example, first volume. Frustum formulas, volume of a frustum. Normally the volume of the cone. The volume of the cone is, 1 by 3 pi r square h. Yes or no? This is the volume of the cone. So 1 by 3 is a constant, pi is a constant, h here also h is there. Only here in cone there is only one radius, but in frustum there are two radius. So remaining things will be same. Frustum, volume of a frustum. So first you write the same, 1 by 3 pi h. These are all common. Okay. Only instead of this radius, two radius are there. Therefore, the formula will come like this. So two radius are there. So it will come like r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 into r2. It is almost like the a plus b the whole square formula, but a square plus b square plus 2ab will come there, but here simply ab. Okay. So why I am telling this? If you compare this with the volume of cone, it will be easy. 1 by 3 same, pi same, h same. But instead of r square, we are having two radius. So r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 into r2. It's easy to remember, na? This is the volume of frustum. Okay. So now curved surface area, CSA of frustum. Okay. So normally for cone, do you remember cone curved surface area of the cone? Curved surface area of the cone is pi r l. Do you remember or not? Are you all following, Divyendu? Okay. So pi r l. Yes or no? Shalini? Yeah, it's pi r l. Here also pi is constant and l. Here also we have l only. Okay. So pi l you can write. Pi l you can write. But instead of this single radius, how many radius are here? Two radius are here. R1 and R2. Yes or no? So instead of writing R, we will write two radius now. R1 plus R2. That's all. Easy to remember, na? It is almost derived from the volume of cone only. Instead of the R, we are writing two radiuses here. So we are writing R1 plus R2. Clear? Similarly, this L is the slant height, na? Slant height also formed like that. Slant height L. Okay. Usually the formula for slant height is L is equal to root of r square plus h square. This is the normal formula for, that is cone formula for slant height. But frustum, in cone only one radius, single radius, but here one big radius and one small radius now. So you will write like this, root of, instead of writing r, we have two radius, one big radius and another one small radius. So it is big radius r1 minus r2 whole square. Understood or not? Here we wrote plus, but here minus. Because there are two radius, one big radius and small radius, we have to subtract the small radius from the big radius. So r1 minus r2 the whole square plus h square. Here also h, here also h. So write as a h square. Is it clear? That's all. Now volume over curved surface area. Now total surface area. So total surface area TSA of frustum equal to, do you remember total surface area of the cone? Total surface area of the cone is pi rl, curved surface area pi rl plus pi rl, curved surface area pi rl plus one circle is there na, base circle. So circle's area pi r square. Yes or no? This is the total surface area pi rl plus pi r square. That is curved surface area plus pi r square. So here also, first write the curved surface area. What is the curved surface area? Yeah, don't write that CSA. This is the CSA of cone, but you have to write the CSA of frustum. So pi L into R1 plus R2. Okay. So this is the curved surface area plus So curved surface area over. Now we have two circles. One circle with radius r1, another circle with radius r2. So circle's area is pi r square. So this radius pi r1. So pi r1 square plus then this circle radius r2. So pi r2 square. That's it. Okay. So this is the curved surface area plus bigger circle area plus smaller circle area. That's all. So that is why I told you, if you compare this with the formula of the cone, it will be easy to remember. So now you remember all this formula. Using this formula, you will solve the steps. I hope it is easy to study this when you compare with this with the volume of cone. Yes or no? Suraj, is it easy? Soumi? Yeah. Okay. So please note it down. We will go to the problems. Children, let us start the first sum. Page number 257. Exercise 13.4, page number 257, exercise 13.4. Okay. So the sum is like this. First sum, a drinking glass. Glass is also in the shape of a frustum only, isn't it? Glass will be like this. Yes or no? So it will be like an inverted frustum. So a drinking glass is in the shape of a frustum of a cone of height 14 centimeter. The frustum height is 14 centimeter. The diameters of its two circular ends are 4 centimeter and 2 centimeter. The bigger diameter is 4 centimeter, smaller one is 2 centimeter. You have to find the capacity of the glass. You should understand one thing, capacity means nothing but volume. Understood? Capacity means volume. So glass is like this. This is the glass. Okay, and the glass is nothing but the inverted frustum. Glass height is 40. Height means perpendicular height. See, this is the bigger radius, this is the smaller radius, and this is the height. So height, how much? Height is 14 centimeter. Okay. So bigger radius is R1. This is the bigger radius. So this is R1. Smaller radius is R2. Okay. First let us write the given data. First sum. Given frustum height is equal to 14 centimeter. Are you all following? Rahul Sarkar? Okay. So height is equal to 14 centimeter. Then diameter. One is they have not mentioned D1, R1, nothing. You have to understand. The bigger one is R1, bigger diameter is D1, smaller diameter is D2. So 4 centimeter and 2 centimeter, which one is bigger? 4 centimeter is bigger. Therefore, D1 is equal to 4 centimeter, D2 is equal to 2 centimeter. So when diameter is given, directly you can find the radius. So R1 is equal to D1 by 2, that is 4 by 2, that is equal to 2 centimeter. Okay. Then R2 is equal to D2 divided by 2, that is equal to 2 divided by 2, that is equal to 1 centimeter. Okay. So now what you have to find? You have to find capacity. Capacity means what? Capacity, that is equal to volume. Okay. So now let us recollect the volume of frustum. Volume of frustum. So just like cone, first you write cone 1 by 3 pi r square h. So here you write 1 by 3 pi r square. Don't write, first write the h. Instead of r square, here how many radius there? 2 radius there. So r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 into r. This is the formula. So 1 by 3h instead of r square, r1 square plus r2 square plus r1. Okay. So now let us apply the values. So that is equal to 1 by 3 into pi value. Pi value we can apply in the last also. So let us keep the pi as pi. Okay, let us apply pi value. In the question it is given pi is equal to 22 by 7. Okay. So pi value we can apply 22 by 7 into h value. H value is 14. Why I wrote the pi value means this 7 and 14 can get cancelled. Okay. Now into R1 square. R1 is 2. So 2 square plus R2 square. R2 square is 1 square plus R1 into R2. R1 into R2 means 2 into 1. It's easy, isn't it? Okay. Now, so that is equal to, let us cancel this. 1 7 is 7. 2 7s are 14. So 22 into 2 divided by 3 into 2 square. 2 square is 2 into 2, that is 4 plus 1 square. 1 square is 1 plus 2 into 1. 2 into 1 is 6. Ravi coaching, are you following me? Very easy one. Okay. So now that is equal to 22 into 2 is 44 divided by 3 into 4 plus 1 5. 5 plus 2 7. Okay. 7. So that is equal to 44 into 7 divided by 3. Okay. So 44 into 7 how much? 44 4 7s are 28. 8 2. So 30. 308 divided by 3. Okay. So if you cut that, the answer will be 1 3 by 3 is 1 0 by 3 0. Okay. Then 8 by 3. In 8 how many times 3 is there? Only 2 times. So 2 3s are 6, remaining 2 is there. So you put that 20. 20 divided by 3. In 20, 6 times. 6 3s are 18. Again 2. Okay. So again 6. So the volume, answer volume is 102.66. This is volume, isn't it? So cube, centimeter cube. Okay. 102.66 centimeter cube. This is the answer. Very easy, isn't it? So directly we know the formula. Only studying the formula matters. Okay. So write the given data. Everything is directly given. You can draw the rough diagram also. Okay. So and we found the volume as 102.66. Okay. Don't forget to write the unit, centimeter cube. It's easy, isn't it? Okay. So please copy it down. We'll do the next. Now let us look at the second sum. Page number 257. Exercise 13.4 second sum. It's given like this. The slant height means L. The slant height of a frustum of a cone is 4 centimeter. So given second sum, given what is the given data? Slant height L is equal to 4 centimeter. Then and perimeter means circumference of its circular ends are 18 centimeter and 6 centimeter. Instead of diameter, here what is given? Circumference is given. One circumference is 18 centimeter, another one is 6 centimeter. Okay. Now you have to find the curved surface area of the frustum. So what is asked? CSA, curved surface area. What is given? The circumference. You know, circumference formula is 2 pi r. Yes or no? Okay. So circumference is 2 pi r na? Circumference of a circle. Okay. You can write we know that. VKT means we know that circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. But here two circles are given. One circle circumference is 18 centimeter and another one is 6 centimeter. So the bigger circle is 18 centimeter, smaller one is 6 centimeter. So bigger circle radius is R1 na. Therefore it is given the bigger circle circumference is 18 centimeter na. So bigger circle circumference 2 pi R1. Okay. So normally 2 pi R, but the bigger circle radius is R1, isn't it? So 2 pi R1 is equal to 18 centimeter and the smaller circle radius is 6 centimeter. So smaller circle is 2 pi R2. Okay. So why means since R1 and R2 are the radius of the two circles. Okay. So bigger one is R1, smaller one is R. Understood? So what you have to find? We have to find curved surface area, CSA. Okay. Curved surface area of frustum. Do you remember the formula? CSA of frustum is equal to, normally the cone CSI is pi r, but here pi is there, L is there, instead of R, instead of one radius, in a frustum we have two radius, yes or no? Okay, so the smaller one is R2, the bigger one is R4. So instead of writing R, pi R, instead of R you will write R1 plus R2. Instead of R you will write R1 plus R2. Here you see 2 pi R1 pi R2. Here also pi R1 pi R2. Pi is outside now. So we can write this like, see here, this pi L into R1 you can write like this. Pi into R1 is pi R1 plus pi into R2 is pi R2. Then outside one length is there, L, sorry, slant height is there, L is there. So you may get confused while sir is doing like this. See here, in the given data, radius value is not directly given. So pi r1, pi r2 is given. So we have to convert this in the form of pi r1. You see here one pi is there. Pi into r1, pi r1 plus pi into r2, pi r2. I am just, what I did, I just multiplied the inner values with pi. So I got this. Okay. So this is the CSI. Understood or not? Okay. So now I am taking this as equation 1, this as equation 2, this as equation 3. Okay. So now listen carefully. So what we are going to do? We are going to derive this pi r1 and pi r2 values. So take the equation 1. Equation 1 gives, what is equation 1? 2 pi r1 is equal to 18. What we want? We want pi r1. So take this 2 here. So pi r1 is equal to 18. This 2 is in multiplication. So when you come here, it will become divide. Okay. So 18 by 2 is equal to 9. So pi r1 is equal to 9. Then take the equation 2. Equation 2 gives 2 pi r2 is equal to 2 pi r2 is equal to what? 6 centimeter. 6. Okay. So 6 centimeter. Therefore 2 goes there means pi r2 is equal to 6 by 2 is equal to 3 centimeter. Understood? Now let us substitute these values in equation 3. Therefore equation 3 gives, what is equation 3? Crowd surface area is equal to pi r1 plus pi r2 into L. Okay, so that is equal to, what is pi r1? Pi r1 is 9. So 9 centimeter plus, what is pi r2? Pi r2 is 3 centimeter. So 3 centimeter into L. Slant height, what is L? Given or not? L is equal to 4 centimeter. So 4 centimeter. That's all. So 9 centimeter plus 3 centimeter is equal to 12 centimeter into 4 centimeter. 9 plus 3, 12. So 12 into 4. 12 into 4 centimeter. That is equal to 12 into 4 is 4. 12 into 4. 12 4s are 48 centimeter into centimeter. This is, what is this? This is area, not curved surface area. So centimeter into centimeter is centimeter. Very easy, isn't it? That's all. This is the answer. See, you know the formula. The formula is pi L into R1 plus R2. But here R1, R2 value is not directly given. Okay. Only the circumference value is given. So from the circumference, we are calculating the pi R1 and the pi R2, and we are applying it in the formula. Okay. So I did like this. Better you can do this step here itself. In the given data itself. Here itself, if we have done the step, then the sum would have been much simpler. Okay. You understood now? So what is that? Circumference is given. Circumference means 2 pi r. Okay. But in the formula, what we want? Pi we know. Okay. And r1 is there. When you multiply both, you will get pi r1 and pi r2. The L is slant height is outside. So keep that outside. Then you get the values of pi r1 and pi r2 and last line here, you got the answer. Very simple, isn't it? Okay, can you do that? Kushi, are you watching? Easy, isn't it? Okay, please copy it down. Now we'll go to the fourth sum. Third sum will be your homework. That's very easy only. We'll do the fourth sum. Okay, please copy it down. Children, now let us look at the fourth sum. Very important sum, and it's a big sum too. Let me read it. A container opened from the top. The container is open at the top and made of a metal sheet. It is made of a metal sheet. It is in the form of a frustrum of a coal of height 16 centimeters. So the frustrum height is equal to 16 centimeter, and with the radii of its lower and upper ends as 8 centimeter and 20 centimeter respectively. The radius is, one is 8 centimeter, another one is 20 centimeter. The bigger one is R1. So R1 is equal to 20 centimeter, the bigger one, and the smaller one R2 is equal to 8 centimeter. Okay, they have not given R1, R2. You have to understand the bigger one is R1 and the smaller one is R2. Now, first find the cost of the milk which can completely fill the container at the rate of 20 per liter. So, which can completely fill the container. From this you should understand that you have to find the volume. Okay, capacity, completely fill. These words come in, so you have to find the volume. First you find the volume, then you find the cost. How will you find the cost? 1 liter is 20 rupees. So capacity, you have to convert the volume into, if you are obtaining centimeter cube, you have to convert it into liter. Okay, then you have to find the cost. Then, after finding this, also find the cost of the metal sheet used to make the container. Okay, cost of the metal sheet means you have to find the area also. So first find the volume and cost. Then find the area of the container. Okay, the cost is measured like this. If it costs rupees 8 per 100 centimeter square and the pi value is given as 3.14. So what you have to find? First you have to find the volume, then cost of the milk. Okay, then you have to find the area of the container and cost of the metal sheet. That are the cost required for making the container. First cost is for finding the cost of the milk. Second cost is for finding the cost of the metal sheet used for making the container. Okay, it's really a big sum, but we can do it. Okay. So what is given? Milk cost rupees 20 per liter. Okay, and the area of the metal sheet is rupees 8 per, the metal cost is rupees 8 per 100 centimeter square, and pi value is given as 3.14. Usually we are using pi as 22 by 7, but here in the question it is mentioned that pi value should be taken as 3.14. Okay, so first what you have to find? First you have to find the volume. Okay, volume and cost of milk. Then you have to find area and cost of metal sheet. They won't mention everything directly, you have to understand. Okay, so then the question is mentioned that the container is filled with milk. Okay, and you have to find the cost of the milk. Therefore, the capacity, the volume of the milk is equal to the volume of the container. That is, the container is the frustrum. So the volume of the frustrum. Understood? So you have to find the volume. Then you have to find the area of the metal sheet. So it is mentioned the container is made up of metal sheet. So if they ask you to find the area of the metal sheet, the area of the metal sheet is nothing but the area of the container. That is equal to area of the frustrum. Okay, so let us do it one by one. First, what you want? You want volume now. So volume formula. Volume is equal to, volume formula you remember, 1 by 3 pi r square. Don't write r square, write h. Instead of r square you will write r1 square plus r2 square plus R1, R2. If you want to draw a rough diagram, you can draw. Okay, you are familiar with this, so I am not drawing it. Okay, so equal to 1 by 3. So pi value should be used as 3.14. So write 1 by 3 into 3.14 into what is h value? H value is given 16. Okay, 16. Are you all following? Tawfiq? Okay, listen. So R1, what is R1? R1 is 20. So R1 square means 20 square plus R2. R2 is 8 centimeter. So R2 square is 8 square plus R1 into R2 is 20 into 8. Okay, so that is equal to 3.14 into 16 divided by 3 into 20 square. 20 into 20. 20 into 20 is, come on tell. Shalini, you tell 20 into 20. 400. Yeah. 400 plus 8 square. 8 into 8. Anupama. 8 into 8 is 64. Plus then Iksita, you tell 20 into 8. 28s are 160. Okay, 160. So we have to add this. So 3.14 into 16 divided by 3 into 400 plus 160, that is 560. 560 plus 64 is 620. Okay, so 624. So we can cut this in third table. So 2 3s are 6. 2 is not divisible by 3. So 0, 2, 4, 24. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Okay, so the answer is 3.14 into 16 into 208. Okay, so we need to multiply this 3.14 into 16 into 208. Okay, so if you multiply this, the answer will come like this: 10,449. Okay, because I am considering the time, I am not multiplying it, but if you multiply this, you will get the answer 10,449. Okay, so this is volume and centimeter. So volume in centimeter. Okay, so this is the volume. Now they ask you to find the cost of the milk, and they have given ₹20 per liter. So you have to convert this centimeter cube into liter. How will you convert? So listen, 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. Okay, this is the relation. 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. Here we have to convert centimeter cube into liter. Therefore 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 by 1000 liter. So if you want to convert centimeter cube into liter, you have to divide by 1000. Liter to centimeter cube means multiply by 1000. Centimeter to liter means, centimeter cube to liter means you have to divide by 1000. So therefore volume is equal to 10,449 divided by 1000 liter. That is equal to 3 zeros now. So 3 zeros to the left, you will get 10.449 liter. Okay, so volume is equal to 10.449 liter. Okay, so now let us find the cost of the milk. Okay, so cost of the milk. One liter milk is equal to ₹20. Therefore, now how many liter? 10.449 liters of milk is equal to, you multiply this 10.449 into 20. Okay, so 20 rupees. That is equal to, so 21 0 is there. So you will get 104.49 into 2. Okay, so when you multiply this, you will get 0.98, 208.98. This is the cost of the milk. Understood? So the cost of milk is equal to 208.98. Is it clear or not? Now one part over. Volume over cost of milk over. Now you have to find the area. Okay, so the area of the container. See the structure carefully. It is given the container is open from the top. Therefore, normally the frustum will be like this. Okay, so here which one is at the top? You have to read the question very carefully, because every time in the frustum what will confuse us means whether the bigger circle is at the top or the smaller circle is at the top. Okay, so in the question, read the question again carefully. The container opened from the top and made up of a metal sheet is in the form of a frustum of a cone of height 16 cm with radius of its upper and lower, it is given with radius of its lower and upper ends are 8 cm and 20 cm respectively. Which means, respectively means lower end is 8 cm, upper end is 20 cm. That is lower is 8. So lower end is smaller, upper end is bigger. Therefore, you have to draw like this. Lower end is smaller, na? So smaller circle is at lower end and upper end is bigger. So this is bigger. So this is 20 and this is 8. Understood or not? Now you see the question. Which end is open? The container open from the top. Okay. So this is open. Therefore, open end area is not considered. This is open means it is not covered with a metal sheet. Only you have to find the curved surface area of the frustum and the bottom. Bottom means this small surface, small circle. Okay. Understood or not? The curved surface area and the smaller circle area. This upper circle area is not considered because the upper end is open. Again I tell you, which one is the upper end, which one is the lower end, or which circle is in the upper, which circle is the lower, we may not know, because sometimes the frustum may be inverted also. So you have to see the question very carefully. Okay. So now area means what you have to find? First find the curved surface area. Okay. So area of metal sheet is equal to curved surface area CSA of frustum plus area of circle. Which circle? Big circle or small circle? Small circle. Area of small circle. Okay. So that is equal to CSA. Frustum CSA is pi L, R don't write, pi RL, pi L. Instead of R you will write R1 plus R2. This is curved surface area. Then area of smaller circle, normally it is pi R square area of circle. Smaller circle means pi R2 square. Is it clear or not? Okay. So now we will apply the values, we will get the answer. Okay. Students, so here L is slant height. So first we have to find the slant height. So keep this as equation 1. Okay. So slant height L is equal to formula given root of R1 minus R2 whole square plus X square. We have to find the slant height first. So before erasing this, I want to tell you one thing. So here this volume I have taken the approximate value 10,449. The actual value is 10,000. The actual value will come like this, 10,449.92. Okay. So but we are dividing by 1000 now. So no problem. I have taken only the 3 digits. If you consider this, it will take 5 digits. No problem. There won't be big change in the answer. Okay. So don't think that why is I did like that. Okay. So if you consider 3 digits, that also okay. You want to do it, take 5 digits also okay. Understood? So I have taken the approximate value. Okay. So now let us continue. So slant height, first we have to find the slant height and we have to apply here and we will find the area. Then we will find the cost. Okay. So I am erasing this. We are going to find the slant height first. So slant height L is equal to, are you all following? Everyone? Are you all following? Rahul Devmondal? Listen. So R1 minus R2 whole square. What is R1? R1 is 20. In the question, big radius is 20 minus small radius is 8. So 20 minus 8 the whole square plus what is the height? In the question, what is the height given? The height of the frustum is given as 16 centimeter. So the height is how much? 16 centimeter. So plus 16 square. Its square is 16 square. So that is equal to 20 minus 8 is 12. 12 square plus 16 square. Yes or no? Okay. So that is equal to 12 square is 144. Clear or not? 12 square is 144. 16 square is 16 into 16 is 256. I know the answer, so I am writing directly. 16 into 16 is 256. If you don't know directly, then do the multiplication. Okay. Then 144 plus 256. If you add this, the answer will come equal to root of 400. Okay. You know root of 400 is 20 into 20 is 400. So root of 400 is 20. Okay. Therefore, L, slant height L is equal to 20 centimeters. Okay. So if you find it difficult to find the root of 400, you can take like this: 400 divided by 2, then 200 divided by 2, 100 divided by 10. 10 times are 10 into 10, 2 into 2. So instead of 2 2s, I am taking 1 2. And instead of 2 times, I am taking 1 10. So 2 times are 10. Okay. So it's very easy. Now, slant height over. Now, consider the equation 1. So equation 1 gives area is equal to area formula. Area of the metal sheet is equal to pi L into R1 plus R2. Okay. Are you all following it, please? It's a big sum, but it's easy only. Okay. If you get practice with this, it's easy. So plus pi R2 square. So that is equal to okay. Let us keep the pi as pi only. Pi into L. What is L? L is 20. 20 into R1 plus R2. R1 is 20, R2 is 8. So 20 plus 8 plus, keep the pi as pi, R2 is 8. So 8 square. Okay. So that is pi into 20 is 20 pi into 20 plus 8 is 28 plus pi into 8 square. 8 square is 8 square. 8 into 8. 8 into 8 is 64. Clear? Okay. So now 20 into 28. How much? 20 into 28. 28 into 10 is 280. Okay. 280 into 2 is 560. So equal to 565 plus 64 pi. 64. Pi into 64, 64. So that is equal to 560 plus 64 is equal to 624 pi. Okay. So now we will apply the value of pi. So that is equal to 624 into 3.14. Okay. Because in the question given pi value is equal to 3.14. So the answer is 624 into 3.14. So if you multiply this, you will get the answer 1959.36. I am writing it directly. So if you multiply both the time, the answer is 1959.36. What is this? This is area. So the unit is centimeter square. So that's all. This is the area of the metal sheet. Now you have to find the cost of the metal sheet. Okay. So let me write here. So cost of metal sheet. How much? Cost of metal sheet. Metal sheet. For 100 per 100 centimeter square, it is equal to rupees 8 per 100. Per 100 means divided by 100. So for what is the centimeter square here? 1959. So 1959.36 centimeter square is equal to. How will you find? So per 100 now. So with this 1959.36, you have to divide by 100 and multiply by 8. Because per centimeter square, means you have to divide by 100. How much cost? 8. So you are multiplying by 8. Understood or not? Okay, so 2 zeros are there. So we will cut and it will come 2 digit to the left. So you will get 19.59. Okay, so into how much? 19.59, 36 into 8. Okay, so I am taking 2 digit to the left. So 19.5936. So the answer will come approximately equal to, if you multiply this, your answer is 156.75 rupees. Okay, so approximate, there may be small difference after this point. Okay, you may get a small difference in this. I am writing the approximate answer. Okay, so 19.59, if you multiply by 8, the answer will be approximately 156.7. This is the cost. Therefore, cost of metal sheet is equal to 156.7. Okay, this is the cost of the metal sheet. Understood or not? Okay, it's very easy. It's big but easy. So first we found the volume, then we found the cost of the mill. Okay, then we found the area of the metal sheet and we found the cost of the metal sheet. Okay, this sum can be asked in the 4-mark question. So if you do it again and again, if you practice with them, you can do it quickly. Okay, so please practice with this sum. Okay, so we have completed first sum, second sum and fourth sum. Third sum is your homework, and fifth sum is also a very important sum, but please listen. Fifth sum is very important, but the fifth sum is based on trigonometry. Okay, so I feel that if I teach the fifth sum after completing the trigonometry chapter, that will be good for you. You can understand it better. Therefore, we will not solve the fifth sum now. Third sum is your homework. Fifth sum we will not do now. Once we complete trigonometry chapter, after that I will teach them, so that you can understand better. So that's all for today. So we are closing this class. So we have completed exercise 13.4. First sum, second sum and fourth sum. Third sum is your homework. Fifth sum we will do it later. Okay, after completing the trigonometry chapter, because that sum is based on trigonometry. Understood? So please do your homework sincerely. Okay, please watch all the videos and do your work sincerely. Okay, so that's all for today's class. I will see you in the next class. So our surface and area and volumes chapter is over. We will start a new chapter in the next class. Okay, thank you.